Will kick us off. Tyler Klinksy for the Ryder Bronx up against Ashton Jackson for the Purdue Boilermakers. Purdue comes in now 6-1 in duels, Ryder 3-3. The Boilermakers lost earlier today up in Philadelphia, or I should say west of here, to the Drexel Dragons 19-16.
Yeah, Drexel took it to them at the lower weights, like I had said earlier, and that's basically what Ryder's going to have to do here.
It's Klinksy now on the mat, trying to work towards that left leg. Klinksy, the 19th-ranked wrestler at 125 pounds, according to Intermat, the 2020 Middletown North grad, Monmouth County by the shore.
Right here, he just wants to keep taking his time and hope he doesn't get a stalemate. He's in better position because his head's higher.
Back exposed for Jackson. Klinksy looking to work around. So they will reconvene. Jackson, the redshirt sophomore out of LaPorte, Indiana, seventh best prospect out of Indiana and a two-time state champ. Just his second dual match of the season. Seen a lot of Isaiah Quintero as well as Jacob Makatangi at this class for the Boilermakers. The only other dual match for Jackson, you got to go back to November 15th, where he defeated Taylon Parsons in a major decision win 9-1 of Northern Illinois.
Yeah, this is where Tyler's going to use his experience and keep the match going his pace. You know, he's going to stay with him, Jackson, for a while, and Tyler's going to hope to open it up soon.
That's kind of been the common theme that we have seen from Klinksy over the course of this season. It's usually that feeling out first period.
Almost.
There's the edge of the mat. Ryder contingency clamoring for it. Nick Bedley on the associate coach, very animated. Still no call until there.
3-point takedown for Tyler Klinksy.
That's tough for the ref there. Even though there was no change for 20 seconds, he finally just decided that it was 3.
And they go out of bounds and have to reconvene. Klinksy 6-0 in duels this season and 10-3 overall. The grad student redshirted a season ago. Was an NCAA qualifier 2 years ago. 10-3 against MAC opponents and 18-14 overall that season.
Hey, he's got some really good wins this year too, Tom.
And that's going to really bode well once we start to get closer to March and then just, you know, his progression in his final year wrestling. As Jackson does get a point on the escape, and now leg up in the air. Advantageous spot for Klinksy to do something, looking for a trip. Time ticking down, and eventually we do get 3 right before the first period expires. So 2 takedowns for Tyler Klinksy. Just in the nick of time there.
Exactly. Huge pickup at the end of that period.
Klinksy chooses down to begin the second period.
Klinksy will start bottom.
I'd have made the same call, Tom. Get his one real quick, keep the momentum going, look for another takedown. Nice mat return by Jackson.
Seeping into that riding time, which Klinksy picked up towards the end of that first period. Purdue has had a lot of success at 125. Recent success with Matt Ramos coming in 4th a year ago. And obviously we'll get into Joey Blaze, who's now up at 165. But a lot of really strong wrestlers for this Boilermakers squad as Jackson is now getting into riding time of his own, right at the edge of the mat on the far side.
1-point escape for Klinksy.
A lot of times in those situations, Tom, it's best just to clear and get your one. Like you had said, Jackson built up so much riding time by not clearing and just getting your escape instead of worrying about the reversal.
Now Klinksy in a neutral spot looking to go back on the attack. Picked up a pair of takedowns in that first. Also picked up a pin of Suleiman Ba of Columbia Our last broadcast back on December 21st. Had a really strong December, did Klinksy, with...
Again, slow and methodical right here for Tyler. He's got plenty of time. You're just looking to score clean.
Now has him on his shoulders. 25 seconds left in this second period. Boilermakers dropped 125 earlier today at Drexel. They dropped the first 2 bouts and eventually came from behind to tie it at 10, and they actually took the lead after about 9, 16-15, but the major decision loss from Hayden Filipovich at the heavyweight did them in. Klinksy does take a shot. Time winding down here in the second. Takes another shot, but that will tick us down. So a bit of a stronger period from Jackson, but not a whole lot on the scoreboard. And he will begin down to begin the third.
A lot of times when you have back-to-back matches, sometimes fatigue sets in, but I don't believe Jackson wrestled that first match.
It was McAtangi.
It was, okay.
It's been a lot of mixing and matching at 125 this year in terms of duels.
The stalling work has been assessed to Ashton Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson's just doing a lot of countering on his feet. That's why he got hit with the stalling warning.
Now both wrestlers
Tyler
on
might
the
want to
mat.
watch himself here. Better get that arm through and not have him capture that inside leg.
Jackson tries to hook the right leg. Now gets Jackson to the side of him.
Jackson's in a really good situation right here. Real good.
Still
That's
nothing
that's
yet.
3 right there. That's 3. He had it earlier.
3-point takedown, Ashton Jackson.
So eventually they do put the 3 on the board. So Jackson looking for a come-from-behind win. Still a lot of time in this third.
Jackson's going to have to cut him here unless he thinks he can turn him.
An escape for Klinksy. So now Jackson has to be on the offensive. Under 15 seconds here in this third.
And Tyler has no stalling warning, so he can play a little bit of defense here and wrestle smart. It's just keeping him at bay, keeping him at bay.
Shoots for the left. Klinksy defends it well. And that will tick us down. Tyler Klinksy, 8-5 decision win. So the Rider Bronx get rolling here tonight. And Tyler Klinksy, the grad student, moves to 11-3 and 7-0 in duels. Looked like that one, he was in control of early and then